Hey guys, it's Zandi here. Hey, listen, I just wanted to talk to you guys about something that, because I'm at work, and I just wanted to talk to you about this thing because I met someone today who's so nice, and she asked me, like, why am I so confident? And I was like, girl, when she asked that question, I was like, me? Am I giving confident? What? But I took it, I just went there, I was like, oh, yeah, I don't know, like, and I gave her some random advice, but in my head, I was like, people view me as confident? Wow. So, I decided to come here and talk about confidence with you guys. I want to go way back to when I was in school. I remember I was in grade 6, and all my life, I was always a very shy and quiet girl, right? I'm still an introvert. I was introverted then, I'm still an introvert now, but I'm no longer as shy anymore and like low self-esteem. But back then, my self-esteem was so low and I was so shy, and I was in school. And, uh, and, yeah, I remember back in grade 6, I had this teacher, Mrs. Bowman, and she literally planted a seed in me that is still growing and still lives within me, like more than, I don't know, I'm gonna be like more than 9 years later. When was I in grade 6? 2016. You do the math, okay? And I remember how, no, 2015. So, 2015, wow. Okay, and so I was so low confidence and low self-esteem. I didn't like myself very much, and I was so shy and afraid of what people thought of me and afraid of being picked on, that I would spend a lot of my break times with her, like in her classroom. I would like just sit in the corner. I wouldn't even try and interact with her, and I would just sit in the corner, and I don't know what I was doing. I don't remember, but I just know I was hiding from who knows who I was hiding from. And every chance she had with me, she would try and instill words of encouragement, words of endearment, words of confidence in me. And I didn't know back then, but she was planting something huge in Zandi. And I don't know where she is today, but wherever she is, thank you so much, Mrs. Bowman. You were the best teacher. I'm done with school now, and out of all my schooling years, you are still the best one I ever had, because you didn't just teach me about the curriculum, but you taught me about myself and life, and you truly cared about me. And not just me, she was like that with everybody, by the way. She really tried to get to know her kids. So yeah, so I'm coming here now to tell you that it didn't happen overnight. Miss Bowman spoke to me almost every break that I was inside. She spoke to me and she was like, Zandi, mustn't be shy because blah 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 blah, and I can help you come out of your shell if you do A B C D E blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And it took years, guys. Even in high school, I would have moments where I would be out there and outspoken, and then I had my moments where I was in that shell, and that shell was deep. So I was on and off because I wasn't really comfortable with confidence. You want to know why? Because confidence is uncomfortable. It's unsettling. It's not nice. Well, it is nice to have, but in the moment when you have to display your confidence, it's like the toughest thing ever. It's hard. But it's a good thing because eventually it stops being hard. Eventually you get used to this uncomfortable feeling and it just becomes like second nature, I guess. And yeah, so she would say those things to me and it carried me up to today. I'm 21. I'm 20. Damn. I'm almost 21 and I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still flourishing. I have my moments, but a lot of the time I choose to be confident. You want to know why? Because when I look back, I'm not that old, so I'm so grateful that I am having the epiphany now. When I look back, there are so many opportunities, so many chances that I just completely missed out on because I didn't think I was good enough. Because I didn't like myself and I didn't think, oh, Zandi, you could never achieve that. Oh, even if you applied, like, you'll never get it. Oh, this, oh, that. Like, I literally held, there was no one holding me back. It was me. I was holding myself back. And that is what low self-esteem can do to you. It makes you see things that aren't even there, that don't even exist. So yeah, I want to come here and say, fake it till you make it. That was the whole point of this whole thing, actually, because that's what Miss Bowman told me. She was like, just pretend. And I remember that year was the year when my speeches were becoming like it went from me standing in front of the class, looking down at the book and being like, well, and whispering in the front of a class, and they can't hear anything. Not even the front row can hear me. And I'm like, and how many and apples, and Johnny went to the tree, and then the tree fell and got chopped down, and da da da. To me, actually, like speaking boldly in front of the class and barely looking at the book and being like, oh yeah, and then Johnny ate these apples, but then the apples fell off the tree, and blah blah blah. So I became more like with more expression and more meaning and more confidence with my speeches that year. I remember that so well. Sorry. What is that? I remember that so well. Like, I got better, and I took that with me throughout my schooling, the rest of my schooling. And yeah, I think I'm more bolder because she instilled something in me, and I'm like still learning to instill it in other areas of my life as well. But yeah, so this is coming from Zandi, right? Who was shy and scared. And old Zandi wouldn't even be posting this video right now. Okay? She would care too much about what people who don't even care about her think. People who, and I know this sounds so wrong to say, but people who are irrelevant. Irrelevant. These people are not gonna come to my funeral one day. They're not gonna be at my wedding. They're not gonna celebrate my wins with me. They're not gonna be there with my losses. But I care. For some reason, I cared so much about what these people thought about me. And you should stop. Realize what I just said. They're not gonna be at your funeral. They're not gonna care. They're gonna make fun of you now that you're living. They're gonna be like, haha, look at John. John is trying so hard. John is trying to make a life for himself. Ha 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 ha. John, ha ha. They're gonna laugh at you now. But when you're successful, they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you know what? I knew John. I knew him. So people, you can't really place your self-worth on what people think about you, because people are never honest and people are never true to what they say they believe. I can say today, oh, I'm gonna use my name because I don't wanna, yeah, I can say, oh Zandi, you're so cringe for posting on YouTube. Like, you're so cringe, like you're trying to become a YouTuber. Ha ha ha. Like, I'm not trying. I am a YouTuber, by the way. If you are saying that about me, I am one. And yeah, it's cringe now to you, but I'm not cringing. I'm not embarrassed. I feel confident, and this is something that's fun for me. You, on the other hand, are projecting whatever insecurities you have onto me. So you want to do this, but you are too scared. So you see me doing it fearlessly, and you're like, let me make her feel bad for it. That's how people operate. They want to make you feel bad for doing the things that they deep down inside desire so badly. So just don't stop. Be confident, be bold, and don't stop. Because trust and believe, those people are irrelevant. They don't care about you. They don't matter at all. Oh, okay. Yeah. I wrote down. I knew I was gonna get off topic, but I just wanted to speak clearly. So I wrote down a few points that I wanted to, yeah. Also, don't let other people define who you are. For example, I'm going to use myself because who else should I use? I am a very, okay, not I am, I was, because I am means that you are manifesting that into your life. So old me, I was so shy and so scared, and so I had such low self-esteem. I didn't like myself at all. I'm not even trying to make it seem like, no, there wasn't even a % of me that liked a little bit of me. No. And I would let people define me. Because I was so quiet, I would always just sit on my own and be on my own. People would be like, oh, she's stuck up. I don't know where that comes from, but when they say, and also when people be like, be yourself, I took that so literally. So when you were like, oh, just be yourself, I would just be myself, and myself was quiet and chill and just sit and don't speak unless I'm spoken to and blah blah blah. And people would be like, oh no, you're so stuck up, you're a mean girl, because why are you just sitting there and not interacting? So don't let people define you, because you know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, stop listening to the outside noise, sit down and really, 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 really try and figure out, okay, who am I? Who am I? I'm not my job. I'm not my education. I'm not who my mom says I am. I'm not who my dad says I am. I'm not who my friends say I am. Who am I? and you're gonna figure that out. Like, I want you to do, like, if you are a student and you're studying engineering, that's not who you are. That's what you're doing. Don't be like, oh, but I'm an engineering student. No. Well, I guess you are, but that's not like, if someone says define yourself, don't be like, oh, don't add that, because that's not who you are. Who are you? Who are you? Okay? And then another thing I wrote down is you need to be tired. You need to be so tired. And by tired, I don't mean physically like, oh, I have to sleep. No, you need to be fed up with yourself, fed up with how people treat you, fed up with how your life is going in order for a change to happen. Change doesn't happen unless you are like, yo, I'm done. Like, unless you're up to here with your situation. You know what I mean? So be tired of being overlooked. Be tired of having low self-esteem. Be tired of always not being included. Get tired of all of those things. Just be completely fed up with it. I promise you, the day you wake up and you're like, but I'm so tired for not, they don't even consider me for a promotion, but I'm the hardest worker there. I'm so tired of being, if maybe you don't like the way your body looks, of being so, let's say overweight, for example. I'm so tired of being fat, and I'm fed up with it, and I'm done. I promise you, when you tell yourself you're tired and you're done with it, you will you will make the change immediately. You will start working out. You'll start eating healthier. You will start watching yourself. I promise you, you must be done. It must be here.